In this teaching today, we're going to focus on fixed mindset versus growth mindset. You probably heard me talk about fixed mindset and growth mindset before, but I'd like to drive the point home every now and then because the seeds of doubt that can be created in the mind of a leader can be very small. But those seeds that start small can grow big like weeds and choke out the leader's vision. It can choke out the leader's passion, the leader's goal, the leader's plan, the leader's purpose. It can really cause a leader to become stagnant, not in motion, but in thought, which is the cause or the source of motion. And I want you to always be active with a purpose, but I don't want anything hindering your purpose or your pursuit towards success as a technology winner. So you have entered the tech winner circle. You're a winner in tech. And you need to understand how winners think, how tech winners think and function, how we remove those seeds of doubt, those seeds of self-oppression, those seeds that are negative thoughts that keep you from your purpose, that keep you from having that passion to put in another hour or two of work. I'm just going to give you an example of myself. I've been up for the past 2 days and I've had about 1 hour of sleep, but it didn't stop me from putting together this teaching because I know it's vital. I know it's important. And I know I have other responsibilities, but this to me is more important than sleep, meaning depositing positive thought that will keep you charged up, fully charged, so that as you head towards your goal, you don't get the impression, because this is something that leaders can do, that you're alone. You're not alone. There's many other leaders that are focusing on their purpose. And I'll give you the example of John Adams when he made the quote, and I reiterated this again, and I'll do it again. He made the quote that scholars are made in solitude. And I stated that leaders are also formed in solitude. Not necessarily that you're alone. It's just that certain times as a leader, you need to be alone in thought to think, or you need to bounce ideas off of other leaders, because it's important that leaders stick together, even in union of thought, if not in the very presence of one another, because it gives you the impression that I'm not alone. There are other people out there who are thinking like me. There are other ambitious people who are actually putting footwork to their goals. There's other people out there who are very serious about becoming everything that their potential says that they can be. They want to reach their capability. They want to reach their capacity and their abilities. There are other people out there just like us. And my job and my gift is to unleash the greatness that already exists in you, because you are a leader. You can develop a passion. You can develop a goal. You can develop a plan, a vision, a purpose, and you can put in the sweat equity and invest your time to work towards that. And as long as you're learning, growing, you will become everything that you wanted to be, if not more. Because learners never lose. We just learn. Let's move forward. The growth mindset versus the fixed mindset came from a book called Mindset, The New Psychology of Success. How we can learn to fulfill our potential. It's by Carol S. Dweck. She has a PhD. There's about over 1 million copies in print of her book. And it's very vital that leaders gain insight from other leaders, such as Carol Dweck, because she has really good information to unlock any blockages that could be taking place in your mindset. Now, the impression people have of success is that it's a straight line. that you're going to go right to success. But the reality is that success is not like that. I like to put it succinctly. Great things are built ugly, which means that as you're building your vision, as you're building your passion, as you're building your goal and your plan and your purpose, it's not going to look pretty. It's going to look ugly. I am at this moment working with my daughter in my private school that I homeschool my children, and I'm preparing her to take the GED exam. And when I think back on the investment that I took in working with her from the time before she was even born, I had already had a passion for homeschooling her and my other children. I had a goal, I had a plan, I had a vision, and I had a purpose, and I executed it. Now, as I'm watching her about to graduate from high school at the tender age of 16, literally, she just turned 16. I look back on when I held her in my hand when she was first born. And I look now at her graduating, and I'm literally watching a vision come to fruition. And it's unbelievable. That's why I take the fruit from my own life and I want to give it to you so that you can see for yourself that when you have a vision, when you have a goal, a plan, a passion, or a purpose, and you work towards it, a lot of the time it may not seem like you're going to reach that goal. It may not seem that you're going to reach your destination. But when you remove those seeds of doubt and you realize that as you enter the goal, as you start working towards it, you're going to have setbacks, you're going to have challenges, you're going to have problems that you face. And as you solve those problems, what I found as I've gotten to the end of this journey with homeschooling my daughter is that I succeeded not because I was a genius, or not because she was a genius, or not because there was something that I put, in her curriculum, or something that I taught her that was so unique. The reality is I didn't quit and she didn't quit. There's nothing more that I can give you. If you don't quit and you overcome the challenges that you face, you will find you will gain victory in time. If you don't quit, don't faint. Keep moving forward. I'd like to put it like this. When you've done all to stand firm, stand firm. Back to success. It doesn't look like a straight line. Success really looks like a squiggly line. But nonetheless, there's a start and there's a destination. There's a start and there's a finish. There's a start and there's a reaching of one's goals. And you will reach your goals if you don't quit. Mindset. We're going to focus on 3 discussion points. The power of mindset, fixed mindset versus growth mindset. And number 3, how can I develop a growth mindset? The power of mindset. The power of mindset is this: as a man thinketh, so is he. That's a book that I read. This book really challenged my thoughts. It challenged how I was thinking negative thoughts about myself and others. And when I learned how to remove those thoughts and start thinking on things that were good, lovely, true, purposeful, when I started to focus on good things, surprisingly, good things started to happen. And I can reflect back on the time where I was meditating on things that were not good. When I made assumptions about my dreams, when I made assumptions about what would happen when I submitted a business proposition to a leader. Would he or she accept it? Would it get rejected? And I had to fight through those imaginations and just say, you know what? I've done the work and I'm just going to move forward. And if it's not accepted, I'm going to grow from it. And then I will understand how to do it better the next time. That's the mindset that I had to develop. I had to develop the growth mindset. The mindset that I would not stop, I would not quit, and I would overcome every challenge that I faced. because I can learn, grow, and become whatever it is that I desire to be. And so can you. Now, the purpose of me being here speaking to you and you listening to me is that I've been set free in various areas of my life, not so I can live some good, cushy life, but because my purpose is attached to your purpose. Me being free is for the purpose of helping you become free. So essentially, if you think about it, I became free so that I can be your slave, meaning so that I can serve you in understanding how you can be free as well. And you'll find that the greatest among you, or if you desire to be great, you will become a servant of all. Meaning, in your area of gift that you dominate, you'll have to serve. And when you serve, the more people you serve, the more of your purpose you will realize. The more self-actualization that will take place in your life. The more crystallization of visions and goals that you'll see manifest from your thoughts into reality. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to show you the best version of yourself and encourage you so that you will understand that if I can do it, so can you. Point number 2, fixed versus growth mindset. The growth mindset is about learning, growing, and becoming. It's about not thinking that something can stop you, because the only one that can stop you is you. That's the truth. The fixed mindset, that's a mindset that believes that it cannot accomplish certain things. It believes that someone has already been given everything that they needed to do something, and if you can't do it, that means that you weren't given it. That means that you cannot accomplish what it is that you have in mind to do. A fixed mindset person is literally someone that talks themselves out of success. That's what a fixed mindset person is. A fixed mindset person takes their doubts, their unbeliefs, and they project it upon others. If you watch your journey towards success, if you reflect and you be very honest with yourself, a lot of the people who doubted you, who said things that did not align with your beliefs towards your goals or your passions or your vision, when they said something contrary to who you knew you were, once they saw you accomplish what it is that you set out to accomplish, maybe they remain jealous or maybe they remain silent. But one thing I can say is this, that when you reflect back upon them, you'll realize that as they looked upon you and said negative things towards you, it's actually they were projecting and saying negative things about themselves. They cannot picture themselves succeeding at such a level, so therefore they could not picture you. And in actuality, they had nothing to do with your vision. They had nothing to do with giving you real advice. They were actually talking to their own fears, and they were using you as a mechanism. Avoid that. That really stifled me early on in my career, as I knew I had a lot of visions. I would say I'm pregnant with visions. I had thoughts and ideas blossoming in my head, and I would share them with people. I've learned what many leaders have learned. There are certain times where you have to move in silence. You don't share your dreams and your visions and your goals with everyone. Not because they're not good, they're not quality, you're not able to accomplish them, but because you don't want their negative thoughts towards themselves to be shared with you, and you getting confused and actually accepting their self-rejection, and you start rejecting yourself. So therefore, their offense towards themselves will literally be contagious, and you'll start rejecting yourself, your vision, your ideas, and your goals. So you don't want a fixed mindset. You want a growth mindset, especially if you want to be a tech winner. So growth mindset person believes that you can be developed. A person can be developed. But a fixed mindset person believes that they are static. They can only be where they're at because that's where they were. These are the type of people that live in neighborhoods that are not favorable, and they believe that they can't move to another neighborhood, or they believe that they can't get a better job because my dad worked in a factory, I'm going to work in a factory, and his father worked in a factory. These are the people that have a static belief. These are usually managerial types, people that look in the past and determine the present and the future based on the past. But those who develop, those who grow, those are the people who are entrepreneurial, not necessarily in endeavors, but in thought. They believe that they can overcome a problem, solve it, and bring a solution that will bring them influence. that will bring them success. Point number 3, how can I develop a growth mindset? You can develop a growth mindset if you free yourself from yourself. If you free yourself from negative thoughts of others or negative thoughts others may have towards you. Meaning, remove people from among your group and your circle that do not influence you to do good or to accomplish what it is that you set out to accomplish. So you must remove people who speak negatively towards your goals, dreams, and your visions. And you must remove the thoughts that are in your own mind that are negative towards what it is that I know you can accomplish. But you need to see you and believe in you. So until you get to that point where you believe in you and you stand firm on that, it would be best that you keep your circle small, especially when it comes to protecting your passion, your goal, your plan, your vision, and your purpose. Because essentially, that's what you were created to accomplish. That's what you're here for. Don't let anyone get in the way of what it is that you were born to accomplish. Summary. A fixed mindset. This is a person that believes that intelligence and talent are fixed at birth, versus a growth mindset. A growth mindset thinks that, well, intelligence and talent can go up or down. Meaning, if you don't exercise the muscle of your creativity, then you won't be able to unleash it. But if you exercise it, you will be able to unleash it. These people are potent and powerful in belief that they can accomplish things if they simply apply themselves or learn whatever it is that they need to learn to accomplish what it is that they set out to do. They don't hold themselves back, nor do they allow others to hold them back. To them, if I don't know something, it's just a matter of time before I figure it out. Summary, part 2, fixed mindset. These are people who believe that it's something that you're born with, and it is fixed. So when we look at skills, that's what the fixed mindset person thinks. The growth mindset person says, hey, if I put in the hard work, I can always improve. And that's a person that can free themselves when they get stuck. Now let's look at challenges. The fixed mindset person says challenges is something that they should avoid. They don't want to challenge themselves because they don't want to be exposed as lacking a skill. Because remember, if they lack that skill, that means they need to learn it, but they don't want to grow. They tend to give up easily. Now, how does a growth mindset person view a challenge? They say a challenge should be embraced. It's an opportunity to grow. And if they don't succeed in whatever challenge it is that they face, they're more persistent the next time. Effort. The fixed mindset person looks at effort as unnecessary. Meaning, if I'm not good at chess, then why learn it? Well, the only way you're going to become good at chess is to learn it and to practice it and apply that knowledge. Otherwise, you won't be good at chess. I'm using chess as an example in terms of the fixed mindset person putting in effort. The fixed mindset person also thinks that effort is something you do when you're not good enough. Meaning, if they can't do it perfectly, then they won't do it at all. These are the types of people that think that Tiger Woods became good at golf because Tiger Woods was good at golf. The reality is, Tiger Woods was good at golf because his father invested in him and he invested in himself. And his father gave him a growth mindset and he developed into becoming one of the best golf players in the world in his generation. The growth mindset person looks at effort as essential, a path to mastery, meaning this is something that I have to go through. Now, let's look at feedback. The fixed mindset person looks at feedback and gets defensive. They don't want knowledge, instruction, or correction. And when you correct a person like that to improve whatever it is that they're doing, they take it personal. When someone personalizes a critique and they don't take it as helpful criticism, then what it is that they're going to do is they're going to give themselves an unhealthy mindset, a fixed mindset. And so they won't even be able to overcome someone correcting them or giving them knowledge or instruction because they believe that this person dislikes me because I'm not strong in this area. But the reality is the person likes them and is encouraging them to get better, but they don't want to grow. Now, how does the growth mindset person view feedback? They view it as something useful. They view it as something to learn from. They identify areas to improve. They like feedback They like it when someone gives them knowledge, instruction, or correction, because all it is going to do is make them better. Now, let's take a look at setbacks. The fixed mindset person views setbacks and says to themselves, I had a setback because of you, because of this person, because my mom, because my dad, because my friend, because my teacher, because my coach. These are the people that make it difficult for themselves to overcome, to grow, because they don't see setbacks as a challenge. They don't see it as an opportunity to learn. They don't see it as a learning moment. They get discouraged. Now, how does the growth mindset person view setbacks? They use it as a wake-up call. This is the person that has trained, but did not train as effectively as they could have, and then they find out weaknesses in their training when they perform. Now that they have performed and they see their weaknesses, the growth mindset person is a person that sees their weaknesses and strengthens their weaknesses. But the fixed mindset person believes in strengthening their strengths at all times. Therefore, they only grow in the areas where they're already good at. But the growth mindset person can learn new skills, new languages, new instruments, and embark on new journeys, new challenges, and get energized with new energy. Now, how does the growth mindset person view setbacks? They believe, well, if I did not accomplish what I set out to accomplish, I will work harder next time. Here's a quote that I want you to listen to, because there will come times in your life, in your career, as a professional, or maybe in something personal that you're facing. And this will help you understand that you must fail early, fail often, and fail forward. The quote is this: I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. And this quote is from Michael Jordan. People look at Michael Jordan and they look at him no different than Tiger Woods. It is as if he was born to play basketball. But the reality is, he had his ups and he had his downs. And he had his challenges. He had to evaluate himself. He had to correct himself or receive correction from a coach. He gained more knowledge. He became better. He learned more moves. He learned how to get faster. He learned how to get stronger. He mastered the game of basketball, and it was all because of his mindset on how he viewed failure and setbacks. He viewed it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and that's how he became Michael Jordan. So I want you to do an inventory. Go through your thoughts and determine what mindset that you have, or what areas where you need to improve in, where you have a fixed mindset, and start replacing that fixed mindset with a growth mindset so that you can become the tech winner that JumpStart IT Academy knows that you can become.